How should you pay your sales reps for your high ticket offer or your SaaS company to make sure that your team stays happy, they stay committed, they make the most possible sales, and the numbers make sense for your business? Today, we're going to cover 5 commission plans that I've learned through interviewing dozens and dozens of sales teams over the last 12 months. Let's get it. It's Christian, the Work From Anywhere guy. If you don't know who I am, I've sold millions and millions of dollars on the internet across multiple niches, and I've seen patterns across my multiple businesses that just repeat themselves over and over again, because building a business is hard, but it is not that complicated when it comes down to it. It's simple, repeatable processes. And that's what we're here to talk about today. Now, the first thing you have to understand about commission plans, number one, commission is such a cool thing in business because you can bring on commission-only sales reps and massively scale your organization with no upfront cost to you. So commission is aligning your interests as a business owner with the interests of your sales team. And if you do it properly, you're both on the same page, you're both headed for the same North Star. And if you do it wrong, you're gonna incentivize your sales guys and ladies to hit the wrong targets, to do things that you don't wanna do. Just keep that in mind. The point of your commission structure is to incentivize the right behavior. Now, before I jump into this, keep in mind that you can do commission-only sales teams, no problem, especially if you have a proven offer and a proven sales process. If you don't, there's a good chance you're gonna need a base here. So you can do a base plus commission or just flat commission. I'm gonna be talking mostly about a flat commission, but you can add a base to any of these plans. Okay, commission plan number 1 is just the flat commission. This means that your sales rep gets paid on any cash that comes into the business, not the contract value that comes in, not the hypothetical revenue, but actually cash that enters the business, and they get paid one flat rate. So for an example of this, let's say you sell a $10,000 coaching package, your sales rep gets 10%. Usually it's between 5 and 20%, depending on the offer, how much effort is required, fulfillment costs, and if there's a base involved. So let's go with 10%. That's the most common one I've seen. If $10,000 comes in, your sales rep gets paid $1,000 of that 10 grand. Now, if it's a 2-pay and only 5,000 comes in this month, 5,000 next month, your sales rep is gonna get 500 this month, 500 next month, flat across the board for every rep. This is the most simple commission plan that you can have, and one that I recommend, because you might think you could get some complicated, crazy commission structure in place that's gonna massively boost your sales. But what a lot of people don't understand is that culture is gonna be the biggest differentiator here. Of course, you need to compensate your people well, but that doesn't mean that the plan should be complicated. In fact, that's just gonna confuse your reps, and they're gonna spend too much time worrying about their commission. If you can just have a nice, fair compensation plan with flat commission and a strong sales culture that breeds performance, that's how you're gonna make the most money. Just to show you an example of what this looks like, we can take a look at some transaction in my account here. We can see here's a $10,000 sale right here. We'll scroll over at the bottom of the screen here. You can see the rep got 10% commission on this and they earned $1,000. That means you as the business owner get to keep $9,000 of that. Okay, commission plan number 2 is the flat commission with bonus. This is very similar to the first plan, but your rep gets a percentage of cash in plus a bonus for every X amount of sales hit. So what this might look like is 10% of all sales, and for every 50,000 in cash collected, they get an extra $1,000. So that means if your rep sells $100,000 this month, they get $10,000 in commission, and then they get an extra $2,000 as bonuses for those $50,000 marks that they hit. This will encourage your reps to break beyond a tier. So if it's the end of the month and they're at $90,000 in sales, they're gonna try really hard to bring in that extra $10,000 so they get that bonus. This isn't too complicated, pretty easy to implement and pay out at the end of the month. You have that flat commission, you have the bonus. It's a very popular one. You don't have to have the bonuses, but this might help depending on your situation. Commission plan number 3 is the subscription commission. We see this more in service businesses and agencies, but this looks like a certain commission for the first payment that comes in, and then a lower commission for each subsequent payment. So that would be if you're an agency and you sell $2,000 a month services, maybe the first month that plan comes in, your sales rep gets 50% of that contract value. And then every month thereafter, they get 5% or 3% or 2%. Now, the reason this works for recurring revenue businesses is there's a very strong incentive for your sales reps to bring in new customers. And then they have a slight incentive to keep those customers on board, but not so much that they're focused on those customers over bringing in new sales. So if you can break even on your first month as a business owner, and then you just get that recurring revenue and you only offer a little small percentage to your sales reps, that's a great way to incentivize new business and also keep those customers on. Now you'll also see this in SaaS. Sometimes with software products, you might even offer 100% of the first month and then a percentage of each month thereafter. Now, if this seems hard to keep track of, you can use Glance software. You just go in here. You're gonna set up a new subscription commission and you can just base it on payments come in. So right here, you can do payment number 1, we're gonna offer 15%. Payment number 2, 10%. And let's say that you stop after 12 months, you pay commission on the first 12 months of a software subscription. You can even say after 12 payments, revert to 0% commission. Super easy with Glance. Check out useglance.com if you want to implement any of these plans. Okay, plan number 4 that I have seen quite a bit is the tiered commission structure. What this looks like is a sales rep usually has quota. I'll give you one I came across the other day. From $0 to $40,000, the sales reps got paid 0% commission. That's because they earn a base. Once they hit $40,000 for the month, that's when their commission plan actually kicks in. So let's say they get 5% after that. Again, super easy to set up. We're just gonna go to tiered compensation plan and then we can add new tiers here. So you can see tier 1, when rep equals 0% of quota, you set their commission. So sometimes they'll get 15% up until they hit quota. Maybe they get 20% after that. We're just gonna add a new commission structure. When rep sales equals 100% of quota, then bump it up to 20%. This plan is great if, again, you want to really incentivize your reps to go above and beyond at the end of the month. So once they break quota, they're getting paid even more commission. They have more incentive to sell and just have that mad rush for the month's end. Remember, you get what you incentivize. So if your rep already hit their numbers for the month and they have enough to live on, they might start to slow down, okay, once they hit that quota. If you bump up the tier after they hit it, that's gonna drive behavior and activity. All right, and the 5th commission structure we have is usually reserved for a sales manager or a partner in the business, and that would just be a percentage of overall sales. So you might have a sales manager that does some calls. Maybe they get paid 10% on sales in, just like the rest of your business, but they also manage your sales team. So they get an extra 5% of total sales for the business. If the sales rep is responsible for hiring and training and onboarding and ramping up new reps, I'm gonna cap his commission at a certain amount so he doesn't spend too much time selling and he actually focuses on growing the team, and then his compensation is a result of how well the overall team is performing. So an easy way to set this up, again, would just be take overall gross sales of the business. Let's say sales manager gets 5%, just take that off the top, pay him out at the end of the month. Again, that incentivizes overall team performance. So I hope this helps. Just remember that if you're trying to build or grow or scale a high ticket sales organization, either in coaching, consulting, courses, or SaaS, you want to keep in mind people do what they are incentivized to do. If you're just getting started, I would just recommend a flat sales commission. You can pretty much not go wrong with that. Focus on building a strong sales culture. If you need to know how to do that, check out more of our videos, and be sure to make it easy for your reps to track their commission, to know exactly how much they've earned so far, to know where their tiers are if you have them, where their bonuses are if you have them, so they can break past that level, and try to automate all of this if you can, so you as a manager or CEO can focus on product, on growing the team, and on taking over the world instead of filling out spreadsheets. If you want help doing that, check out useglance.com or click the link below for a free demo. That's all for today. It's Christian, the Work From Anywhere guy. See ya on the next one.